It's time for round 8 of the Bank Box Battle for Pennies. Hey everybody, it's Rob with the RobFindsTreasure, and if you've been following the first 7 rounds of this series, you'll remember that Wells Fargo has won the last 3 rounds in a row by a landslide and is now solely in first place at 43.1 points per box. Chase is second at 36.6, and B of A is holding on at 34.1. Only 3 rounds to go of this 10-round series before we change the score sheet and get into a different set of rounds. That being said, figured I'd kick it off with Chase since the box is different than the other two. See if we can get us on the board with some nice finds to start. Then we'll move on to B of A, and then we'll finish with the leader, Wells Fargo, last. I won't waste your time on any more chit chat. We're going to get right into it. I've already checked all the boxes to make sure they're all circulated so that we can make sure we have a good hunt. Let's kick it off with this roll right here and see what Chase can do. We're on roll 8, and I'm almost done with the roll, and then I noticed this. We've got a wheat penny. And pretty good detail on the back. So it's going to be a 1948p. On the board. Roll number 9. Hunting the roll, and I see another Wheatie I get to reveal. 1944p. 2 Wheaties in the last 2 rolls. Roll 11. Found a Canadian. 1986. It had been a while, but we're on roll 28, and the last few coins of the roll, we found a Wheatie. 1946D. So staying true, clumped right in the mid-40s right here. Roll 34, and we've got kind of an old looking one here, and I think that's a 35. It is 1935 Philadelphia. Good to see a pre-40s Wheatie in the box and wheat cent number 4. So maybe we can grab a few more before it's done. Roll 36, and we're going to have another wheat penny here, and it's reverse side showing, so I get to check it and reveal the date. A 57D. Wheat penny number 5. Roll 42, and we're going to have our 6th wheat penny of the box. It was facing me, and it's a 44S. Would have been nice to see a 1943 copper, wouldn't it? Either way, it's another from the 40s. 6 in the box. Very next roll, roll 43. We've got another 1942 this time. And you know what? That's in pretty nice shape. Good looking 42. We'll take it. We finished hunting that box of Chase pennies, and you know what? We didn't exactly set records here, but it was a good box. We did find 7 wheat pennies. The find of the box was a 1935 Philadelphia, so I'll take that. We also found 17 2009, so it's going to score some points there. We did get a foreign, 3 59s, and actually 2 69S's. Neither was the DDO, of course. But this one's in pretty nice shape overall. Would have been nice if that would have been a DDO. Looks and feels like a second place box, but you never know. Can B of A outdo this one and give Wells Fargo something to shoot for? We won't know until we get into it, so let's get into it. Roll number 3 of the Bank of America box, and we've already got our first wheat penny, which is a good sign, usually. And look at this. We're kicking off with a 1939, a pre-40s Wheatie to kick us off on Bank of America. Roll number 9, about 3 pennies deep, we found another Wheatie. And this one's going to be a 1946. Pretty good detail on the back. We'll take it. It's actually our 2nd of the box now. Same roll, another wheat penny. A 44D. So 3 Wheaties in the first 9 rolls. None of them are in the 50s so far, but nothing really that old. Still, we'll take 3 Wheaties in the first 9 rolls. That's off to a great start. Roll number 12, going to have our 4th wheat penny of the box. And it's a 1954 Philadelphia. Roll 13. Just laid it out, and I think I see the back of a wheat cent. We do. Wheat penny number 5 is going to be another 1944. Roll 15 is going to have wheat penny number 6. 1949. We're on roll 20, and I just popped it open and laid them out, and this is going to be a good one because I think I see a 1940S right there. This one looks pretty suspicious right here. That's a Wheatie. There's a 46 right there. So at least 3 wheat pennies in this roll. Let's take a look. Yep, 1940S. Second oldest of the box. We pop this wheat penny up. 52D. And then we saw this one. A 1946, second of those. So 3 wheat pennies in that roll. And since we had so many, I'll just take a quick peek just in case. And I don't think I see any more. All right. So now we're up to 9 wheat pennies already in the first 20 rolls. Roll 22, another wheat penny, and it was facing me, 1945D. So this box is producing a lot of 40s Wheaties, which, you know what, I'll take. Be nice to get a couple of earlier ones, though. Still, not even halfway through the box yet, and 10 wheat pennies. Roll 24, gonna have wheat penny number 11 of the box. What year is this one? Another 40s, 1948 Philadelphia. We're on roll 39 of the B of A box, and I thought the Wheatie well had dried up, but we finally got another one, and it's a 48D. So another 40s Wheatie. Wheatie number 12 in the box. Hopefully we can squeeze out a few more before this box is done. Roll 41, and we're going to have our first foreign find of the box, and it's going to be a Canadian, 1985. Roll 44 is going to have our lucky 13th wheat penny. I'm hoping it's old by the way it looks. Probably is. Or is it just another worn 40s? Nope, but it's a 1920. Pretty common as far as the total number minted, and you can find these in the box. Wish it would have been in the teens, like a 17 or earlier, but we will take it. Oldest of the box, almost a 100-year-old penny. Well, we finished hunting that Bank of America box, guys, and we did find 13 wheat pennies, and that's not bad, especially when you can find a 1920 and a 1939. 2 wheat pennies below 1940, we'll take them. I also pulled out a couple of other finds here. This 1984 has a nice little die chip right between the L and the I. Kind of different. So I figured I'd pull that out. Not going to call it an error because it's not good enough, but it was cool to find. We've got an 82D zinc. It's one of the better ones I have found, so I'm going to see if it upgrades the one in my book. And then we also found a 1969D, which has got some really cool toning. Honestly, look at the rainbow effect. And it looks better with the naked eye than it does here, but it is pretty sharp looking. So I'm keeping that as well. 21 2009s, crazy. 1 Canadian, 5 1959s, no 69s or AU type coins in the bunch, but it's going to score a lot of points. So definitely beat the chase box. Wells Fargo's got its work cut out for it. Can it go ahead and win its 4th consecutive battle round? Let's find out. Roll 3 of the Wells Fargo box, and our first real find is going to be a foreign. It's a Canadian, and it's 1979. So on the board. Roll 15 of the Wells Fargo box, and we're finally going to have our first wheat penny, and it's facing me, so I believe it's a 44. Nope, a 42 with some heavy damage. 42p. Roll number 20, and we're going to have our second wheat penny, and it's an oldie, guys. I saw it facing me. I think it's a 1927. It is. Pretty worn. Got some detail on the left wheat ears, but other than that, It's not that bad a shape. Pretty common though. Almost 150 million of these minted, like 144 million minted. So, but nice if it had a mint mark on it, but we'll take it. It's a 20s Wheatie in the box. Let's see if we can find some more since we've only found 2, although we'll take more of the early years for sure. Roll 32, and it always feels good to get your third wheat penny of the box because 3 is my all-time low. So when I hit 3, I know I'm not going to set a new one. The other good news is it's a 41. Next roll, roll 33. Another Wheatie. 1944. Philadelphia. So that's the newest of the box. 44, 42, 41, and 27. Maybe we'll find another couple of oldies in here. Roll 35. We're going to have wheat penny number 5 right here. 1950 Denver. Roll 42. Gonna have another wheat penny here. And this one's a 1953S. 53S. Newest of the box, but at least it's got an S mint mark. And we now have 6 wheat pennies. Well, we finished on that box of Wells Fargo pennies. And you know what? We ended up with 6 Wheaties, but we did find a 1927 in the bunch. So I'll definitely take it. We also got a 41, a 42, 44, a 50D, and a 53S. On top of that, I got a couple of cool toners. This 1963 got some good rainbow toning, and it's actually not in that bad a shape. Found another toner. Look at this crazy thing, 2007. Very cool. Also found a 74S. Not in that bad a shape. It actually, believe it or not, might be better than the one I have in my book. So I'm going to take a look at that. 25 2009s. Crazy. This is part of the reason why I'm going to update my stat sheet after this 10 box hunt, because I don't want a box to win with a bunch of 2009s. We got a Canadian, 4 1959s, and we did find ourselves another 69S to look at. Again, the hunt continues for the DDO. I don't think this box is going to come in first. That last B of A box should beat it, but it might edge out the Chase Bank box. Let me get these plugged into the stat sheet, make it official, and I'll be right back. So we've plugged in the data. It was a pretty tight race for a couple of banks, and we had a clear winner. Wells Fargo had 31 points. Chase ended with 29.5. And the winner, after winning the first round and not winning since then, but pulling this last one out, was B of A with 44.5 points. And actually, with that box total, B of A has now closed the gap on Chase for second place by only 0.4 points. Still, the overall leader right now is Wells Fargo at 41.6. We've now completed 8 rounds of the penny box bank battle. Wells Fargo's leading the way. That's a pretty comfortable lead for only 2 boxes to go. We'll have to see which bank can pull out the last 2 boxes and if someone can overtake Wells Fargo as the best bank box for pennies on this scoring sheet for the first complete round. And yes, I'm well aware we grabbed that epic penny box at B of A, and if I included it, we'd have a crazy runaway with B of A. Still, those kinds of boxes are few and far between. That being said, I'm still excited to keep this series going. Once we finish this first 10 rounds and announce a winner, we'll change the scoring sheet, and maybe you guys can put some input down below on what you think I should score differently other than how I have it up top. If you enjoyed this penny box bank battle round, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching.